How's it going? Today I want to talk about 40 Smith& Wesson. You'll see a lot of stuff on the internet that says 40 cal sucks. It kind of does and it kind of doesn't. I just want to give my 2 cents on it. I think the 40 is a good round. Most of them are around 165 to 180 grain bullets, traveling around 1,000 feet per second, about 450 foot-pounds of energy. That's pretty good. It's usually better than 9 millimeter, but in some cases 9 can be better. But let's get into how this cartridge came about. Back in the 80s, the FBI had a shootout in Miami. They were using 9 millimeter pistols, and it went real bad. And I think a lot of that was missed shots or bad shot placement. But either way, the FBI decided 9 millimeter had to go. So they switched over to 10 millimeter automatic. It's a great round. It's a hard hitting round. It's a real good round. But they found that smaller frame people and people that didn't practice a lot had a hard time, hitting their target with 10 millimeter. It's too big. It's too much for somebody that doesn't practice with it, frequently. So they shortened the case down. Now this is still a 10 millimeter bullet, but it's a shorter case. It might be a lighter bullet. I'm not certain about that. But they found that with that compromise, people were doing much better at the range. And so they stuck with it. The FBI switched over to it. A lot of police forces switched over to it. They've been using it for decades. Now they're switching back to 9 millimeter, and there's some reasons for that, very valid reasons. Let me show you what a modern 9 millimeter hollow point looks like. You can see it's a smaller case. It's a smaller bullet. It does have less energy in most cases. There are some hotter 9 millimeter loads, but on average, it's not as strong as 40, but it's pretty close, and the trade-offs are better for 9 millimeter. There's more reasons to use 9 than to use 40. And I'll talk about some of my experiences. When I started shooting pistols, I exclusively had 40 cal handguns. And I was a terrible shot. I could barely put my shots on the paper. I developed a nasty flinch, and I just figured, okay, I just got to practice more. And as I practiced, I got better, but I was still a terrible shot. Well, now I almost exclusively shoot 9 millimeter, and I'm still not a great shot, or maybe even a good shot, but I'm much better with the 9. And the reason is 9 is comfortable to shoot. 9 millimeter is a nice round, whereas 40 it's snappy. It just, I don't know, it has a weird feel to it, and it's not comfortable for me to shoot. And again, I thought it was just me, but I've talked to a lot of other people, and I've heard the same thing from most people I talk to. It's not a comfortable round to shoot. So I think that's why a lot of police forces are switching back to 9 millimeter. The modern loadings of 9 millimeter are pretty much just as good as 40 cal, but it's very light shooting, and I think 9's just a better overall bullet. So that's just my take on it. Remember, keep your finger off the trigger, keep the gun pointed down range, and have fun.